Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am back to do a little bit of reading and writing and arithmetic. Ha ha ha. No, seriously. I thought I would pull out the cards and do some questions and, see how the week's going to shape up for all of us. On Tuesday, I will be signing everything for my German citizenship, and I'm very excited. But I'm also a little bit nervous because I'm like hoping that everything will go okay. Everything will go okay, and that I'll be fine. Oh, let's get the yes and no cards warmed up here, and I'll ask them. Will everything be okay on Tuesday? Will I get through everything fine and dandy like a piece of candy? Will everything be good on Tuesday? Will everything be good on Tuesday? Will everything be good on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025? Will everything be good on Tuesday? Yes, it will be. Okay, so can't argue with that. Okay. Well, anyway, so I've been watching a lot of Intuitive's videos this week. And I don't know if you guys are following everything that's going on. It is becoming rather dramatic right now with everything that's happening. Move over just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm in the middle. Um, there's a lot of dramatic stuff going on right now. Some are saying that it's astrologically predicted that on the 7th of September, I actually found out, 7th of September will be a lunar eclipse. And that's making everything all wonky. So, I'm like, yeah, well, as if things weren't wonky enough. But I also heard that leading up to an eclipse, there's a lot of wonkiness going on. So, wonky is my new word for the day. So, yeah. So this is what's happening, and this is what we're kind of contending with at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to pull some yes and no cards, and I'm going to see what's going on. The first question I have is the first lady um is she blackmailing or oh, what's the word? Saying if you don't do this, I'll do that. I don't know if that applies for the word. But she's like, is she doing that? Is she trying to finagle money out of him? Sounds like squeezing blood out of a turnip, but that's just my take on it. But at any rate, is she trying to get something to keep her mouth shut? I could make a snarky remark with regards to her, but I'm not going to. I'm a good girl. But is she doing that? Is she being paid? Whoops! And my cards just went all over the floor. Ah, that's what happens when you laminate them. Okay, come here, you guys. Okay, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Ah, they're falling again. Well, wasn't that a... See, I told you it was going to be wonky. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so is she gonna blab? Or no, let's just say is she saying I'm gonna do this if you don't do that? Is she doing that? And the universe knows what I mean, even though I can't find the words. But I think you get the idea. If he doesn't do this, then she's going to, and all hecky ski is going to break loose ski. Okay. This says no. I need to shuffle these some more. um, it does seem like that's what's happening, even if the cards are like, oh, let me give some good energy here. Give you some good energy. Good energy to my cards. They fell on the floor, so maybe the energy got a little bit wonky. So, okay, maybe she's not. I mean, maybe there's a slim chance that she's not doing that. But he's trying to buy his way into heaven. And So if he's okay, let's just find out this. If he is not being pushed to give her money, then what's going on? Why is he asking for money? What is the deal? Is he really that scared that St. Peter's going to give him a kick in the hindquarters like the rest of us are hoping and tell him to move along? I think that something's going on. And I also think my cards are all mixed up. Oh, that one's upside down. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so I had to look for the little hearts at the corner. The little hearts in the corner is very clever because then I'm able to see if the cards are right side up and not upside down. So I'm just rambling here. I think Danny Shea would approve of that rambling. But at any rate, and now you're getting an idea of who I watch. You know which intuitives I really like to watch. I watch Susan, and I watch Linda G, and I watch Lady G, and I watch um, Autumn on Burning Black and Orange. Um, yeah, quite a lot of different people that do political tarot. And so I don't want to upstage any of them because I really like them all and I think they're all amazing and they all contribute so much to the world. So, my question is, if this isn't a BRIBE to get her to not, then what is it? Okay, so let's go to the tarot and see what's going on. And I have got my Gilded Tarot. And I've also got a white sangria so that I can really, really read the cards. Okay. I also drink beer sometimes, but that's Gary's thing. So I'm just gonna stick with my sangria. Okay. So, and this is really crazy today. So I guess you noticed, but my energy is so up there because of Tuesday that I just am babbling. So. If it isn't a BRIBE, what's going on? What the heck ski is going on with the big fat orange problem and his missus? What's going on? What is going on with those two? Because I get the feeling she don't like him. Maybe that's one thing we agree on. I don't know. But anyway, what is going on with the big fat orange problem and the missus? Oh, and it said good. Okay, so that's good. Alrighty. So here we go. I gotta move the book here out of the way so that I can pile my cards over here. And what I get first, the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is really about the false victory. And the reason I say the false victory is because you got this dude up here on the horse. And he is being watched by a bunch of people that are in the shadows. If you look at the card real closely, you can see here along the bottom, there are a bunch of people in the shadows that are watching him. So it almost gives off the impression that this guy is like all pompous and I'm so great and I'm so good. And yet the people are like going, nah, you're not. So that's what's going on with him and the missus. I think that he is thinking, oh, I'm all that in a cup of tea. And the missus is thinking, you got to be kidding. So there we go. And it's crossed with the Two of Cups. Well, this is established. That's the unity card. This is like two people coming together. You see these two people looking at each other like, oh, you're so wonderful. Yes, I know. And all that. But the thing is, this is the two people looking at each other longingly and lovingly. And when that crosses with this, then you're sitting there and you've got him thinking he's all that in a cup of tea, and then it's being crossed by this. There's no unity there. There's absolutely no unity there. There is, I think, a woman counting the days. 1, 2, 3, you know, counting the days. How many left that I have to put up with all of this? That'll get me going. The underlying energy? Guess what? You can't have a read about the big fat orange problem without the tower card. This is I shuffled. I shuffled these cards. You saw me shuffle these cards. This is like absolute and utter collapse. So this is not just about his leadership collapsing. This is about his relationships collapsing. The relationship that he has with other people is crumbling before his eyes, and he doesn't know what to do about it. And then you've got on top of that, you've got his health, you've got the stress, you've got all of these things. I would not wish this on anybody. Well, maybe him, but anybody else? Hmm. Well, yeah, it depends on who it is. But seriously, the underlying energy is the Tower card. That there is something that's coming and it's going to crash on top of him and he's not going to know what to do about it. And I'm like, we're all here for it. Grab the popcorn, let's go. I got the sangria, we just need the popcorn now. Okay. In the immediate past, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is about a new beginning. And this is about moving forward with a new beginning, with a new goal in mind. Um, this is this could be his attempts at deceiving people. This could be his attempts at trying to say, look at the shiny object here while he's doing something over there. It is this new energy, this new beginning that he is, he's trying to just divert the focus away from the e-files, away from his health, away from all of these things that's going on, because he knows. I think he knows deep down inside when he starts talking about heaven and he starts talking about all the stuff that's happening, then you know that the transition is coming. You know that his transition is coming because nobody talks about heaven and nobody tries to fundraise off going to heaven unless you really have something going on up here where you're thinking unconsciously that something's coming. So that's what this is about. This is the new start of what's happening. The overarching energy is the Ten of Cups. This is us. This is our anticipation of him no longer being in power. Now, it's not our hope that he transitions. Um, because the guides wouldn't want us to hope for that for somebody. We wouldn't. The guides have basically told us in more ways than one, through many intuitives, through many different people, that the guides do not want us to hope that he transitions. But the guides do know that we hope that he is soon out of power and that he loses his power. And that's what the Ten of Cups is about. It's that happy reunification of all the people because ding dong, the rest of the line of that song. That is what's going on. The people are, even though the people are hoping that the transition comes, and I would be the first person to admit that I have a bottle of champagne in our refrigerator just waiting. But it's not because I hope that he transitions. It's that I hope that he gets out of power and that the people have the courage to rise up against the tyranny that this man represents. That's the difference. I don't I don't care one way or the other. I just want him out of the office and I want people to be able to go in and fumigate and remove all that what's it called? These Liberace vomit gold crap that he's put in the Oval Office. I want them to be able to remove all that, and I want to see the office of the presidency back to what it was under Biden or Obama or even Clinton. Even though there's a lot of stuff about Clinton that I don't like, but At least he didn't turn the Oval Office into something that looked like a brothel from the 1920s. So that's what this is. This is what this is about. It's about that hope that we all have that he is soon gone, that he is soon out of the office, and that people can return the Oval Office to its former glory, where people can say, look at this and say, yeah, I'm glad that this is over. I'm glad that this is all behind me. Because right now, as it is, we're sitting in hell right now. Because we're just waiting for the day to come where he is no longer in that office. He's no longer the occupant of that office. In the immediate future, we have the star card. And the star card is the point of light. The star is about that beam of light, that point of light that's coming, or that is embodied in all of us. We all have that sort of point of light within ourselves. And the star emanates that whole idea that we are special, that we are, that we are not put on this earth to suffer needlessly at the hands of somebody else. That's what I interpret this card to be. That the light is at the end of the tunnel and it's not an oncoming train. Okay. Move this here so that I can read. I decided not to read on his hopes and fears, but I will read on how they see themselves, and that's in reference to both of them. And we got the strength card. They see themselves, they view themselves as strong and assured and, the leader of leaders. They view themselves in this way. Now, we may have a different opinion about that, but this is how they see themselves as a strength card. They see themselves as strong and sure and, and all that. How other people see them? The moon card. Howling at the moon, always complaining, the incessant victims. Oh, we're so, everybody's so mean to us. Everybody treats us like crap. Oh, it's so hard and we just don't know what to do. That's how they see themselves, or how we see them. We see them as the incessant, whining, moaning pair of losers that you know, that the rest of the world also sees. This is how we view both of them as the howling at the moon. These people, and with the lunar eclipse coming, this is probably magnified even further because because of how the lunar eclipse affects the emotions of the people. And so this is, oh my goodness, this is how we see them. We see them as just incessantly griping, moaning, complaining, and itching, and everything else. So that's what we're seeing with them. Um, I'm going to say, instead of their hopes, I'm going to say our hopes are the Seven of Cups. And that is the hope that they will eventually fall into their own chaotic HE double toothpicks. Just because that's what they've put us through. Final outcome for the two of them, the Hermit card. Okay, that's the so much major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 major arcanas here. This is isolation. They are isolated in their own egos and their own ideas and things like that. So this is their sense of isolation, of being alone in the world. And even though they have a little light, that is basically encapsulated in their own thoughts and ideas that they are so special and so important. But the reality is they're isolated. They're isolated and they are alone. And at the base of the deck, we have the Five of Swords, which is, this is the thievery, all the unethical things that they have done. We got the Emperor, which is him. We got the High Priestess, which is the beginning of everything that's going on. And we got the Knight of Wands, and it's reversed. I don't read reversals, but I think this is kind of significant that this is turned upside down. Um, I do not know what the Knight of Wands means reversed. Um, Knight of Wands upright is confidence, confidence, assurance, and willingness to go pursue and move forward. But when it's upside down, then it may be arrogance and overconfidence, and that sense that that they're going to move forward with all the horrible, rotten, terrible things that they do and what it represents for them. So, and then beneath that we have the Cups, which is utter heartbreak. And here's the Ten of Swords, and then some more cards are in reverse, but I'm not going to pull them. I'm just good. This is enough here. The Five of Cups is the Death card in Minor Arcana, and the Ten of Swords is betrayal and heartache and just despondency. The fact that these two cards came up together is kind of important, I think. But at any rate, that's what we got. So that's with the two of them. It couldn't happen to a nicer pair, don't you think? Okay, let me make sure these are all in order here. Boop, 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 do, 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 do. Ah, these two are on. How did these guys get also reversed? So I think that Knight of Wands reverse though was kind of important. There was kind of some significance to that. Um, but somebody said that they don't read reversals because there's so much negativity. There can be negativity or negative interpretations of all the cards, so that this is what's going on. So I got all these done. Okay, let me just pull all these back here, turn the right direction, and then I'm going to do some readings on the week for us. Um, I'm not going to use these cards. I'm going to use the other ones, but that is what's going on. The the overall energy of these two is pretty bad. Let me have a drink here. Ah, so the overall energy that they are exuding um is that he is. Oops, blocked out here. King of Pentacles. Okay. Um, the overall energy that I'm getting is that he is doing this out of sheer desperation. That something's going on with him, and if he could have what we commonly call regret, I imagine that he probably is experiencing a bit of that, because even the most heartless and cruel person, when they reach the end of their existence on this plane, they do tend to um, start asking, if they deserve to go to heaven, or if they deserve um, the grace, or the grace of the higher power of God, or what have you. And he always talked about how he was so religious, and he was so repentant and all that other stuff, and it was all just a muse to get the evangelicals to like think that he was some kind of god or something. But I always am reminded of the quote from the Bible that says, "Beware of false prophets who appear real," because that is what he has created. He has created a false prophecy of himself, just throwing in, you know, doing whatever he wants to do, and it's all about himself. And so, anyway, again, I'm going to recommend that you go watch the reading that David did on Tarot by the Bay about the 5 stages of grief for narcissists, and then you'll know exactly what's going on with him. And I think that that's what's happening. So the question about whether or not she is Bribeing him to give her money to keep her quiet. Um, the cards tend to imply no, that that's not what's going on. But why is he asking for money to get into heaven? What is the motivation behind that? Why is he asking for money to get into heaven? I'm going to pull 4 cards on that, and then I'll do our reading. So, and the card just flipped out. I tell you, my guides are like really giving me a lot of cards. And we got the 8 of Wands. I'm going to use that as the top card. That's the card for the reading. It's the 8 of Wands. And then I'll see what else flips out here. 3 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So what I get here is this is what I think is going on. 8 of Wands means that he thinks it's smooth sailing, that the hardest things are behind him, and that all that there is before him is smooth sailing, that everything's going to come to be and everything's going to happen the way it should. But you've also got the 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak, and it's also deception. It's also betrayal, and some people would say treason. And this card is what's going on. Why is he asking for money? Because he encapsulates all of this. He thinks everything's easy, and he thinks that he knows that he has betrayed and hurt a lot of people in trying to achieve this. So, yeah. The Queen of Pentacles is the missus. That's what I think. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. The missus. This is him, the missus, and this is what's going to happen to them. This is the Wheel of Fortune is spin, turn, baby, turn. What's going to happen is karma is going to happen, and you're going to be dealing with the karma of everything that's happening. Let's see if I can turn on the light here, because there's a little. There we go. But this is the karma that's going on. This is what they are kind of dealing with right now, is that the karma that's coming forward for them. So is this going to make a difference for them by asking people for money, begging people for money so that he can get into heaven? See, he's always believed that he could buy his way out of anything. And now he's trying to buy his way with the universe. He's trying to bribe spirit for a good outcome for himself. That's what he's doing. He is actually essentially he is trying to bribe his way into he's trying to bribe his way into heaven, because he knows that he's screwed otherwise. And people are fully aware of that he is, he's up the creek without the paddle, if you will. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And that's what I see happening with him. Seriously, he's seriously in a mess of his own making. He's created this for himself. So now it's time to pay the piper. Okay. So now I'm going to break out the teddy bear cards, and we're going to see how things are going to shape up for us this week. I love these cards. They're so cute. And I just think that to bring in the new week, we need some lightness and some fun and some cute. So here we go. Let's see what the teddies have to say. What message the teddies have to give us for the week? Well, how's the week going to shape up for us? This from the 31st of August until the 6th of September, thereabouts. And next weekend I won't be on because I will be working field day for our ham radio club, so I won't be online on Saturday. I might be on Sunday, but see if if it works out that way, because I may just go in on Saturday and do the field day and then come home and then just that'll be it. But I don't know. I have to see. So, let's see what can you tell us for this week? How are things looking for us for this week? This is the week of the lunar eclipse. I think that's on the 7th. So, how are things looking for all of us? What can you tell us for this week? What can you tell us for this week? Okay. Well, there's the Hierophant. Sweet. Okay, this is like we're kind of being quiet and we're kind of just watching things happen. We're watching everything unfold and we're just waiting it out, seeing what's going to happen. There's a calmness and there's a centeredness that's taking place within us that kind of encapsulates this card. So we are kind of like in that centered state where we just are just waiting. We're just waiting it out to see what's going to happen. And it's crossed by the Seven of Swords. We're watching the thievery and the stealing and all the nasty stuff that's going on, and we're waiting it out. We're waiting out the things that the negative things that are being happening, and we're trying to keep the energy levels up is what we're trying to do. Underlying energy is the Seven of Pentacles, the last sevens. This is the chaos, and this is the harvest. And this card is actually the card I call you reap what you sow card. The good that you put in the world will come back to you. The karma will come back to you. The negative that you put into the world will also come back to you. So this is why we are told that we should do good, because we want the good karma to come back. We don't want the negative stuff because heck, it's negative stuff. We don't want it. In the immediate past, we have temperance, and this is very calming. These cards are very calming cards. Contrary to all the negative energy that's going on around us, we are keeping calm, carrying on. The British statement about that is really quite apropos for us. We are we are you know we are keeping ourselves calm about everything that's happening around us. The overarching energy is the Six of Cups. This is nostalgia. So we're kind of thinking, oh, gone are the days when everything was so easy and so nice and everything was so easy, reassuring and stuff. And now we've got all this crap that's happening, and we're like, why is this happening? So it's like that. There's that sort of that sense of gone are the days when we had a normal government or we had normal people running the show, and now we've got these psychos that are doing it, and we're like going, oh, I wish things were the way they were before. That's the card. That's the Six of Cups. It's the nostalgia card. We're really hoping for things to be the way they were before. In the immediate future, we have the Fool, and that is maybe the fall of the Fool, or maybe it is us charting new territory, starting a new adventure, moving forward in a new path. We are essentially marching forward in faith and hope that all will be well. But it is that uncertainty that we don't know how things are going to turn out. Um, our hopes and fears are the Lovers cards. Oh, this always makes me think of me and my husband, because we always call each other Bärchen, which is teddy bear in German. And this is that connectedness we have to each other and the community that we have created through everything that's been going on. So that is where we are we're putting all our hopes and our ambition and things like that onto the community, onto the people that we know and the people we care about, and not worrying about the things that people are saying or doing, and which is helping us to keep ourselves level during all of this insanity. Um, how other people see you is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, let me get my little list here. The Page of Cups is the kind and thoughtful, generous, caring person. So the personification of, and if you don't think these cards are listening, they are. They are telling us we are kind, we are caring, we understand karma, how it works, and we are going to harvest that good energy, and we're going to continue to share that good energy, and we're going to be there for each other and care for each other. Um, um, your wishes are the Six of Swords. Forging a new path, going down a new path, embarking on a new journey, and finding new hope in that journey. And the final outcome is the Two of Wands. I call this the ultimate decision. Which way are we going to go? How are we going to move forward? We have one path that we can choose, or we have the other. And this is the card of trying to determine which path to forge ahead on. So that's what I've got here for the week. I think that that's a very good week for us, and I'm hoping that this will be a good week for me, because on Tuesday I am going to be doing that, and I'm really excited about doing it. But I'm also a little bit nervous because I've lived here for 30 years, and I don't want anything to go wrong with regards to my getting citizenship, because I feel like, number one, I don't feel like I earned it, but I've lived here for so long that I feel more German than American, because I have been here for more than half of my lifetime. I moved here when I was 24 years old, and I'm now 54 years old. So I am, I am kind of, that, I'm at that point now where I'm like, I've lived here for more than half of my life. And I just think that it's about time that I do this, that I did this. It is about time that I, um, you know, stand up and say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to move forward with this. So that is my Eight of Wands card moment there, doing that, moving forward, and keeping the faith that everything will be okay. The the overall energy that I'm getting for this week has been a mixed bag. And I keep saying mixed bag. It's like every week it seems like a mixed bag. But I think for us, the energy is very, very positive, because we are centered in that notion that things will get better, and that we have this, you know. And for those in power, they're actually at this point now of realizing that they may not be all that in a cup of tea. Um, they just aren't. So whatever happens, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But will there be a transition soon? I have no idea. But somebody said that they thought there would be. So let me see what the energy is like on that. Um, will the big fat orange problem? I asked the cards last week if he would transition in September, and I got a yes. His health is really a mess. And part of the problems that he has is not just that his health is a mess, but that he is not doing anything about preserving his health. He's counting on doctors, drugs, and anything else that he can get his grubby little paws on to get through. But the reality is, he's not doing anything for himself. He's not eating right. He's not exercising. And I don't mean riding around in a golf cart and, using a set of golf clubs to hit a ball, and then have somebody cheat for them to, before they run across, before they walk like 10 feet to hit a ball into a cup. That's not what I mean. He's not exercising. He's not doing anything physical to help himself. He's not doing anything with his diet that's helping himself. So all of this stuff that he's doing is basically exacerbating everything that he's going through. And so this is why everybody's saying that he is on a decline, because he's not taking good care of himself. And if I were to give any bit of advice to somebody like him, I would say you've got to take care of yourself. You've got to get rid of the negative energy. One of the things that he has a problem with is he's so negative. His energy is got to be just the most awful thing in the world, because he's so nasty and negative to other people. And you know how it is with bullies. They have to bring people down in order to bring themselves up. So this guy really does not have the self-esteem or the self-respect that a person normally would have. So that's kind of what that's kind of what we're dealing with. So the question is, I'm going to ask it again and then see what the energy is like this week. Will he transition in September? Will he transition in September? Again, I got the yes card. This isn't about me hoping. This is about the energy, what the energy is telling us. The energy is telling us yes. But it's not about us saying, oh, please let it happen soon. I've got this bottle of champagne waiting in my refrigerator. The bottle of champagne in the refrigerator is going to be opened when he leaves office or transitions. And I'll say it straight up. The reason that I am hopeful on one of these counts is because I'm tired of seeing people get hurt. I am tired of seeing good people getting hurt by this sorry, poor excuse of a human being. That is why the bottle will be open. That is when the bottle will be opened. It will not be in celebration of someone's transition. It will be when he is no longer able to hurt anybody else. That is what will be worth celebrating. So, that's what I got for you today. I hope you have a great day. Keep calm and carry on. And I'll see you again soon. I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow. I have to see. But I wanted to do a quick video today, and it didn't turn out to be very quick because it's like 40-something minutes. So anyway, if you've lasted this long, this is all for entertainment purposes only. There is nothing in here that is scientifically proven. The only thing that's scientific is sangria. I mean, there's nothing scientific about me, that's for sure. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to hang in there. We're going to keep calm. We're going to carry on. And we're going to wait and see what happens. So, cheers to you. And until next time, namaste.